Welcome to Out of Order. I'm Marcus. We're going to be looking at Pit Fighter. This is a pretty awesome game. Put some new side art on it. And the control panel is where I'm actually going to dive in. Now, basically, the joysticks are kind of nasty. You know, they're rusted. This one had something spilled on it. Just doesn't respond well in the game. So they're all kind of in bad shape. So my friend Greg has been helping me with these. So the plexiglass tops help protect it quite a bit. But I just had to drill out a few more holes because the way this mounts on this is really insane. So I made a few extra holes like up here. And then there's actually 4 big bolts that hold this to this top. I'm mostly just going to show you guys like a before and after, you know. So the old one was really thrashed. The top is in okay shape. Like, it's not in bad shape, but that's why I want to put this on there, to make it so it lasts longer. The buttons are blue, yellow, and red. And again, it had old black joysticks. I might put in some black joysticks, or I might color coordinate with these Suzo competitions, which I think are really cool. So I got blue, yellow, and red. I'm not sure what I'll do yet, and I want to make sure they fit, but I could just also put in some black ones, you know, which is fine. I mean, these aren't terrible, but this is so rusted, and it's just thrashed inside. So it's more, you know, if I was gonna restore the joystick, that'd be one thing. But I also personally don't like it when it's a ball top like that. That's just me, but it's okay for this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and what I'm gonna do next is take this off. Oh, the other thing is that all the buttons have these on them, which, you know, are useful when you want to have labels and you don't have I'll give you an example actually. So like, here's a game where there's plexiglass and these are attached. Normally what I would do is just put the label underneath the plexi. Altered Beast, I went through and I made my own labels and put them underneath the plexiglass, right? Over here, Captain America has labels that have been applied on top of the plexiglass. So that's really not going to work long term. They're going to rub off pretty quick. So these, in this case, the easiest thing to do, instead of taking, you know, all 4 joysticks off and all of these screws that are holding this together, the easiest thing to do would be to put one of these on like that. Just do the buttons. So I'm actually going to do that, but I didn't have quite enough of these. Also, WrestleMania, if I have time, I'm going to swap these. These are thrashed. This one's broken. So I want to swap those. I actually have some pretty cool yellow joysticks I'm going to put in. And then I'm going to take these out. I just think these are weird, you know. And like I said, I can put my own labels there. This is kind of cool. I like those, but I mean, if you can take off this panel and just swap them all out, then it'll look really good. So there we go. Back to Pit Fighter. Let's go ahead and take this off. I'm actually going to clean the top with some simple green, remove the back of this plexi, and then I'm going to make some labels. So I don't remember what these were. I have a picture of it, but it's like punch, kick, start, and jump. So I'll do those on each side, and then I'll attach the joysticks, go through I'll attach the buttons, and then attach this back to the panel. So here it is without the plexiglass on it, and you know, I'm just cleaning it up, like I said, with some simple green, but you can see how there's like deep scratches Also, where those button labels, there's just this nasty stuff. So I'm kind of removing it here, letting it soak in a little bit up here. Simple green does work really well for this, and it's like non-destructive, you know. But yeah, like just in this area, it's like really nasty. So I want all that out. And this artwork's cool. It's like the guy's holding up money, and there's like the mob back here, you know. Each hand is like throwing up money, so each player. I think that's a really cool idea. Some of this has rubbed off the actual ink, like the silk screening. I'm not sure if that's, yeah, that's like wear through the actual stuff there, the actual overlay. Yeah, that cleans up pretty good. Also right here, it's kind of delaminating a little bit, so that plexi will help just protect it longer. This is a previous hole that somebody drilled for a free play. So I'm gonna actually put the a coin block on the other side, or not a coin block, just a button plug. A button plug, oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna put that. That's what that is. That's hilarious. Okay. Once this is cleaned up, I'm gonna put some labels on it. These labels came out okay. Not amazing, but anyway, they'll look better once they trim them. So start, jump here, punch, kick, and it'll just kind of go on each outer edge like that. That's how I'll have it set up. All right, the label maker is complete. Turned out pretty good, you know. Lining these up can be a little tricky. I want them to be orientated toward where the person's standing on this game. Also, I am gonna go with black competition joystick replacements because that's what it was originally. So they'll be black. But yeah, cleaned up good. So now the next thing is to actually mount the joystick. Hopefully they fit these holes. Hopefully they fit here. And then I'll hook up the buttons and get all that done. And then I'll put the plexi on, and I will attach it using the outer screws. This is a weird control panel, the way this one's done. This is all factory, you know, but it's unusual the way it attaches here and everything. And then what's really crazy is that there is 4 bolts that hold it in. And so those 4 bolts, that's the last thing you put on, and that's these big holes here, which I drilled through on the plexiglass. So, and then yeah, that's the hole plug. All right, so I think it looks good. I debated what color I wanted to use. In the end, I went with blue just because I actually had that tape in the label maker. And I think blue's fine. I mean, I could have gone with red, but I think it's fine. It's, you know, it'll have colorful buttons and stuff. So, all right, let's put the joysticks together and see if I can get it going. I'm also going to turn the machine on and make sure I have all the buttons correct. Okay, I was wrong. I do need to actually take this plastic off of the plexiglass. So I did the back first. Now I'm going to do the front. You'll see how nice it looks after you do that. But yeah, the reason is because if I don't do that, I won't be able to get it off after I start putting screws on it and the joysticks and buttons. Like specifically, I started to mount the joystick and I realized that if I put a carriage bolt through, how am I going to put the plexi on? So anyway, doing that now, peeling this off, you can see it looks really sharp. It makes it look almost new, you know? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, I'm basically done. I think it looks really good. Got the new joysticks on. Went with black, you know, I think that's a good choice. The old ones are here and they're just pretty gross. Like, I mean, they could be cleaned up and, you know, I'm gonna save them. They're not going in the garbage. But I like these style anyway, so Yeah. I'll show you the back here. It's a little tricky. Yeah, I mean, basically the only thing is that some of these wires, I have to turn off the attract sound on this thing. I'll just turn it down. All right, so some of these wires, these connectors actually get loose over time. So since they're going on, you know, the new switches, I just tightened them up. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tightened these screws which are holding the harness in yet. And yeah, it looks good though. I mean, everything had to come off on the bottom here. So as soon as I put these just screw those screws in that are holding the harness and this ground wire. When I put it in place, I do have the 4 final screws that hold it down. And these are the ones that go here, like one there and one there, which are the ones I had to, you know, just add. But yeah, Pit Fighter, man. New side art. It's gonna be set up pretty good. I'm gonna fix the monitor. It's a little bit wacky looking. But yeah, the control panel, courtesy of Greg. Well done. I'm old Greg. So that's gonna do it for this episode of Out of Order. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just adding these Lexan protectors on every control panel that I can. If a game doesn't have it, I'm adding them. And the reason is, again, is the artwork eventually fades. People scratch it. If someone spills something, it kind of is still a problem, but it does wipe up a little quicker. You know, if it gets underneath the plexiglass, then that can be a problem if it's not cleaned up quickly, but still should help these things last a little longer. So until next time, you know what to do. You're gonna keep that shit retro by playing Pit Fighter on the Sega Genesis later on.